How did your music video with Masego, how did that come about?
Because he wanted to make some music video in Brazil. It was like, let's do it, let's make it happen.
And did he enjoy his time? Did you guys enjoy?
Yeah, for sure. I showed him some music, some things
Yeah.
from here, so he could understand a little bit more of what's happened here.
Yeah.
And it was a great time.
E aí, beleza, bem-vindo, what's up, what's good, and welcome back to the Brazilian podcast with me, your host, Stephen, reporting live from Salvador, Bahia, and today we have a very special guest. We have a camera operator, director of photography, director of big brands and music videos, and possibly the trifecta too. He's here to just complete it all for us. We have Ed Raw.
What's up, bro?
What's going on, my bro?
How you doing?
Yes, all
It's a
good.
really pleasure to be here, bro.
Bro, it is an absolute pleasure to have you with us today on the Brazilian podcast. Just to break down, so you are a music video director, you're a brand director, you've worked with brands such as Spotify, Apple, the Brazilian government in special campaigns and stuff like that. And you also do music videos. You work with Luedji Luna, Sant, even Mano Brown from Hash and Eyes. So tell me, like, that's amazing. Like, these are like the proper, like, up there in terms of artists in the music industry, and obviously big brands as well. How did you start out? How did you get your break?
How I started out, like the beginning.
Yeah. Take us away
Man,
through it.
in the first time I was like, it was like 2010 and maybe that right on when Instagram was launching, and I started doing take some pictures and everything, and then I got a opportunity to start studying audiovisual and studying cinema, but by myself, you know. So I use a lot of the internet, YouTube to learn things, and I started doing some things in my high school, in my what is ensino médio, when you are in the pre high school before the high school.
Ah, okay. Junior high in the States.
I think
Yeah, we
they,
don't have
yeah.
that. We
Oh,
we don't
okay.
have that in the UK. But
Okay.
yeah, junior high.
Yeah, like
kind of thing.
these like 16, 15, 16 years old, you know, this
Ah, okay.
I was starting to study this and by the internet. And then I did a video, and I started working on a production company here in Salvador. And that was like the beginning. I was like, I was doing everything, but for passion, you know. I didn't have the proper technician techniques to do everything, but I really like to do the videos. And then I started progressing on this production company, and then I always had this love about music. I always really liked to be involved with music, so it was kind of a natural path to be doing music
Music
videos.
videos, yeah.
So I started doing that like in 2015, 2016, 17, this kind of these years, and then I was kind of escalating, you know, going to one production company to another, but I was doing my outro, my own work, in this way. So it was, for some people it was a little fast. It was like in 5 6 years I got to this path of going from assistant, someone who was a video maker doing little things, and in like 5 years I studied. I gone to São Paulo to study cinematography and everything, and then I kind of make this path to being just assistant, just a video maker, to going to be a DOP, to be a director,
Yeah.
and working on this high stuff, this high level stuff.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, that is quite quick. 5 years.
Yeah. For some
Yeah.
people, it's really, really fast.
For you, did it feel quick or was it just like natural? Was that the plan?
It was kind of planned. Never had so much references to know the right path or the wrong path. So I was like, okay, I'm just going
Yeah.
and seeing the opportunities and studying and always make my path to grow,
Yeah, yeah,
But really natural,
yeah.
really natural.
Cool, cool. And tell me about one of the first. Well, your directorial debut. What was that for in terms of music promos? Your directorial debut. What was one of the first jobs?
I remember my first one. It was for some friend of mine. It was a band friend of mine and a brother that is still my brother right now. Is still my friend, and he was doing rap videos. Right in the beginning, we was on the beginning of rap also on hip hop and in this kind of music here in Brazil. So I had this opportunity to make this first video. Like I got my camera and just go to the subway and filming and
Yeah.
the streets. And it was the first time really to go shoot a music video, go to the laptop and edit it and make the whole deliver.
Yeah.
It was my first time, and
So what?
it
You
was-
shot it, you directed it,
you
you
did the color
produced
grading,
it, color grading,
yeah,
all the
everything,
editing.
everything.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. And what was it? What was the song?
It was a song called Susu.
Susu.
Susu, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a word here for to being nice, to being,
Ah.
being in a good position.
Susu. Is
Yeah, like
suave,
suave, sossegado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to say sossegadinho.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man, I used to say that way too much.
So good to say it.
Yeah, I love it, but I used to say it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think gringos have a thing. Foreigners from Brazil, because we don't like to be called gringos. But we have a thing where we love the fact that in Brazil, more than Portugal, but Portuguese, you put inho
Yeah.
at the end of words.
It's kind
And
of cute.
Yeah, it's cute, but it's just. I mean, I think my first introduction to it was Ronaldinho,
Yeah.
Gaúcho.
Yeah.
So I was just like, inho. It just sounds really good, and then
I see.
you kind of overdo it, or we kind of overdid it. So I used to say sossegadinho.
Yeah.
I used to spell it incorrectly with an O instead of a U. Anyway.
Yeah.
Your English is pretty good, man.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah. Let me get that out there.
Thank
Talk
you,
about
thank you
my
so much.
Portuguese, how I'm ruining phrases and stuff. But yeah, your English is really good. Like, how did you get your English to this level? Did you study
Bro.
abroad? Are you just really good at studying?
Man, I'm a curious person,
Yeah.
So when I started was when I was a child, watching movies, listening to music. I was like, I always had this easy way to go to English in the school. I did all the notes really high in English.
Okay, you got good grades.
Yeah, I got good grades on English and everything. So it was something that I was good, but when was growing old, I really get this interest, and then I start to study for real and getting more practice on this. And this is really being a good opportunity for me to be here speaking English, because I really consume a lot of content in English, but I don't speak a lot in English because I don't have so many friends to be speaking in English. And I just had these opportunities when I go travel to some country that speaks English.
Yeah.
So it's really good to be practicing with you.
Yeah. Well, it's good to be practicing with you, man. It's good to be talking to you. And and your English is great, which is amazing because it just means we can flow and stuff like that. But when I always say with the comunidade, which is our audience, the comunidade, they know, like, we're speaking to people whose English is not their first language, so we have that kind of openness. And but at the same time, when your English is really great, it just means that we can relax. But we're used to the sort of Brazilian way of saying things, just like if we were speaking Portuguese, I'm sure after a while you'd be like, okay, I understand what he's trying to say, you know,
Yeah,
like, because
yeah.
it happens with Portuguese and stuff. Um, Speaking about your foreign influences, I know you've worked abroad, apart from in Brazil, but what when you were starting out, what were the kind of references you had? The reason why I asked that is because I heard from a mutual friend of ours, Rafa, that Rafa, who sometimes directs the Brazilian podcast, he's also a director like yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
It's quite up there, quite busy guy. He told me that when you started out, you were doing sort of like and one videos. Is that the best way to say it?
Like what?
And one.
It's like
And one is like basketball videos. This is
yeah,
old school actually. I don't know how many people are gonna get and one. And one is like 20 years ago. There was
yeah,
these videos where people like showing off their basketball skills and stuff like that. So I heard that you were making videos like that when you first started. Is that correct?
yeah, yeah. I was in this first moment when I was started doing things in audiovisual. I was really doing things for fun. So what I did was I some days I just record my day, you know. So I was waking up, then I go to the beach with my family, then we play football, and then we go back to house, then we go back to the basketball court, play basketball, and I was just recording these things, editing with good music, just making something that was fun to me to make. It was to make images and edit it.
Yeah.
And it was when one friend of mine who was in the playing basket with me, I showed him this video, and the brother of his uh,
Wife?
wife on that
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
had this production who was Rafa the man,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
he has a production company which was my first contact with the industry in working, in knowing that
Oh, wow.
I could work with that, you know,
Yeah.
because for me at the time it was like, okay, I would do this because I think it's fun, but I will work and make money with other things.
Yeah.
And when he showed me that I could make money with the thing that I love,
Yeah.
it was like, whoa, you know, it was like, okay, I can make something fun and make money with this.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
good. And then I kept on this path, and here I am.
Yeah. How amazing is that when you're what were you studying?
I was studying industrial mechanics. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was in this course now this course. I had to make a video, and it was my first time making a video because I was just a discipline video, and I really liked it to do it. It was really simple. It was like people speaking on a wall and speaking what was on the book to the video. But for me, just to making that and editing was really great. So that in this time for it was when I started doing these videos of my life, doing like daily vlogs, but
Yeah.
it wasn't a daily vlogs. It's like people used to call cinematic vlogs. It's a
Okay.
vlog with
Chic.
you know.
Okay, the
So I
upper
did.
level.
Yeah, but it was really.
Yeah.
I was just starting doing this, so it was really fun to do.
Well, it must have been amazing because it's what got you
Yeah,
discovered.
it was
You know,
really cool.
someone said, "Hey, they sent it to Rafa. Like, you need to
Yeah,
see that
and
someone
he's-
in the industry.
Yeah.
This guy has a talent."
Hey, and he said, you have a talent. We passed the whole day in talking about cameras and stuff, and I was like,
Okay.
and it was just in that time I didn't see cameras. I was shooting with my cell phone,
Yeah.
and a little semi-professional camera that I
Yeah.
had. And he showed me a lot of these new cameras and mirrorless cameras and everything, and I was like delighted with this.
Yeah.
So was really great, really great moment.
Yeah, it's great when you get like when you do what you love, and it pays you, and you can make a living from it. and you know, as an artist, you're not feeling like you're like you have to treat it like a side project. You know, we're almost prepared. I say we. I'm a creative as well, I guess. We're almost prepared to sacrifice giving all of it, giving our all, in order to make a living, in order to pay the rent and blah blah blah. Do you know what I mean? But it's like it's so good when you can just live inside your truth,
Exactly.
100%. It's still hard work,
Yeah.
but you know, it's a great satisfaction I find.
For
You know,
sure.
and I mean, I say that about myself. Just the fact that I live here. I live here. I'm here at the moment, but you know, I've lived here. I should say, in Brazil and in Salvador, and just you know, having that experience to just say yes, I'm where I want to be. You know, you grew up in Itapua.
Yeah, I grew up in Tapua,
Yeah,
close to the beach, everything.
they make songs about that place.
Yeah, it's a really famous
You
place.
know?
Yeah.
I don't think I've met anyone who. No, there's a woman in London from there, Donna Simone.
Uh-huh.
One of the 5 Bayanos that you can meet in London. The rest are from Goiás. So yeah, she's from Itapua,
Yeah.
and how does that compare to Sao Paulo?
Oh man, it's a really different ways of living. You know,
Yeah.
to understand how to live,
Mhm.
cause like this about my that video that I did.
Mhm.
I was just recording my lifestyle, you know. I
Yeah.
was just going to the beach, then going to the basket court and doing my things. And when I was there, I didn't understand how powerful it is. I just understood this when I go outside, when I go to São Paulo to
Yeah.
live there, to see how things happen and how the lifestyle is way different. And that was the thing that made me realize how great it is to live in a place like Salvador, to live in a place like Itapuã or any place in Salvador, because you have a culture and a lifestyle that's really huge and really there's a lot of expressions of it.
Yeah.
So it's really great to see this, understand this, because you know when you are, you know, if you are born rich, you and you never been broke, you never understand how values how
Yeah.
precious that is. You just understand it when you don't have it. So when when I was in São Paulo and I was in an apartment really small that I can't get the sun and I don't get I can have no you know this skyline to see the things further. I just see
Yeah.
buildings
Just
and everything.
buildings.
I understand. Wow, it's really important to have these things. It's really good for the soul,
Jeez.
you know, to have the breeze of the beach and you know have these possibilities and the
Yeah.
culture, the music, the people, the food, everything. So when you get out, you that's precious.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember when, like, I mean, you just said something crazy. Like, it's, you know, how you don't realize how rich you are until you lose it. You know, if you're born rich, you know, it's like, yeah. I felt that. Um, in 2 ways, because when I lived in Rio, I lived about 2 blocks from the beach. I lived in like Zona Sul, Copacabana, you know, typical foreigner. I lived there, and I felt like I was great. And then I remember I had to move to Botafogo for like a few months. And I was like, I can't believe I'm doing this. I don't have the beach on my doorstep. And I was just like, I can't do this for too long. It was killing me.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell am I talking about, you know? And then when I moved to Salvador, I lived at one point right in front of the beach in Rio Vermelho. And then it became very difficult to find another place like that. And then I've, you know, I live in London now. I stay in London.
Yeah.
don't need a park view. I don't need a, you know what I mean?
I see.
I don't need all of that stuff. But it's like when you have it, you appreciate it. But when it's gone, it's just like, you know.
Uh-huh.
And then you come back to it, and you're like, oh yeah,
Oh, that's good.
you know. How often do you come back?
Right now, I am in Salvador, but
Yeah.
I really do this thing to being in São Paulo and being here right now. I'm pretending to move for a little bit of
Yeah,
more
you intend to
months,
move? Yeah.
like to until November or December, because in the summer I need to be here.
You need to be here.
Yeah, I cannot be there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my plan is like that to be, but it's more like this. I really want um, to have the both good things of the both cities. You know, it's
Yeah.
great to be in São
Best of both
Paulo
worlds.
and making my work like I want to, with the equipment that I want, with
Yeah.
the crew that I want, with the structure that I want.
It's better over there, right?
Yeah,
to work,
yeah,
the
it's,
industry.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
the industry in Brazil is totally, I would say, totally or
Ba-
almost totally
based in-
centralized in São Paulo,
Oh, okay.
and that's good and that's bad because we lose sometimes a lot of opportunities to see another ways of thinking, you know, to making films and everything. So there's a lot of people in Salvador that want to make them films. There are a lot of people in Recife. There's a lot of people no, in the Rio Grande do Norte, in a lot of places, you know. But
Yeah.
the things are centralized there, so we kind of we are a little bit hostage of just going there to work, you know,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we need to
Yeah.
if you want to make this
Yeah.
good, you know.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of like getting, like we're just looking at your bit of your show reel here, and like I love your images, man. Like,
Thank you.
do you know what I really like about your imagery, is the sort of darkness, and then just like shocking brightness, like it's almost sometimes black and white, and then there's just like a burst of color, which is just like, okay, like there was a theme going here, and then it's just like no, you know, and I'll say this: you make black people look so humanized. You remind me of, do you watch have you ever watched Black Mirror?
Yeah.
Do you remember the episode 50,000 Merits, I think it was called, with Daniel Kaluuya, the guy from Get Out, Korha?
How it was.
He's running on a treadmill
Yeah, yeah, I remember.
to make sort of
Yeah.
merits,
Yeah,
credit.
yeah, I remember it. Yeah.
That great episode. He's an amazing actor.
Yeah.
And that episode is an example of that, because he doesn't need to speak a lot to show his expressions. You know, this is one great attribute about that actor, and the characters that he plays. I get that kind of vibe from some of the guys, people that you put on screen. You know, I'm just like, I know what they're saying to me,
That's great, bro.
but they're not speaking.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, I don't know, you tell me if this is true, but from my calculations, they're not even performing.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
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 They're just being themselves.
Yeah. How come, why is that like your style or something? Like, why is it like that?
I am like, for you to understand, I first started to making cinematography and DOPing because when I was starting in Salvador, I didn't know a lot of directors that had this style that I liked of movies. You
Yeah.
know, they're more dance things, darkness and light and
Yeah.
everything, and they're together. And I started to directing because I wanted to make my cinematography, my photography. And so my style, it's really based on the cinematography. My direction style is really based on the cinematography. So, and we learned that the cinematography is about light and composition, everything, but it's most about the character. because it's how you show the characters. It's
Yeah.
like how is your unique way of looking at a character and
Mhm.
making him, like you say, they say
Yeah.
things without needing to say. So
Yeah.
uh, it's like I think it's kind of my style, but yeah, we are in the industry, so we do a lot of things, different things. But the things that I really like to do, the things that are my autoral things, my things that I really
Yeah.
put some different effort, you
Yeah.
know, because we are so passionate about that. So it's more like this kind of project, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think that I would say that's if I see any kind of piece where the artists aren't necessarily performing to character, I will automatically associate it and say that's Ed Raw style, and that's
That's
how
great.
he does that. Especially in if we talk about the sort of humanizing of black people. The reason why I mentioned about Black Mirror and obviously Corra is Get Out in Brazilian Portuguese, I guess, which is obviously a classic film directed by Jordan Peele. But it's that thing where he doesn't need to say everything, but you get it. And one of my favorite videos from you, I'll see if we can get it up actually. But yeah, so this is probably one of my favorite videos because it describes what I was talking about in terms of just taking you through the narrative and the expression, the emotion, the understanding as well. You kind of know where you are. You don't need to have too much context. And then bang, shock, and then and then it's like, okay, now it's something completely what I wasn't expecting, or I don't know if the audience can expect that. Like, what was the idea between Baby Chili Gay, Afro Sidaji video? What was the
Oh man.
kind of vibe that you were trying to go for?
Baby Chili Gay, it was the first music video, proper music video of Afrocidade, and with not with characters uh, and giving some sorry,
Narrative, performance.
yeah, narrative
Yeah.
and everything, because we have done another kinds of music videos before.
Yeah.
But and for this, I really wanted to have this character, these both characters who are in the film to be really themselves. When I was listening to the song, I do this kind of thing when I'm myself listen to a good song.
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring this to the film, this vibe, these chill vibes of just being like yourself, and want this desire to be with the loved one. So we did this. This is actually, it was my apartment where I
Oh,
lived,
cool.
in Sant Antonio, Além do Carmo, and we did this great work on bringing these characters to life, and to getting the essence of the lifestyles and how they are living. So in this part, we have him like make some stretches and thinking about his life and everything.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to bring this kind of feel to the film.
Yeah.
And it was a really pleasure, because my first time when I go to São Paulo, I was with Afrocidade. It was the first time going to São Paulo also, and we gone there to record. They going to the shows, making, yeah, the tour. And it's a band that I have so much love, and it was really great to make something beautiful for them, and
Yeah.
for them to have this kind of content to share with the listeners. So it was really great.
Yeah. Who are these guys? Because I recognize. Is it Virus?
Yeah,
I
Virus.
recognize Virus.
Yeah, yeah.
Virus, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recognize him.
Yeah, he's a guy. He's an artist from here, from Salvador. He's a
Mhm.
multi-artist. He does performances and everything.
Mhm.
And he's a good friend of mine. And we really like to work together because we have some kind of synergy,
Uh huh.
and everything works really great. We are actually working on a solo work of him right now. We are making some music videos for him, and it's one of the a lot of gems, a lot of great artists that we have here in Salvador too,
Yeah.
and it's really pleasure to have him
Yeah.
in my
He's
works.
great. I listened to his music
Yeah,
and really liked it
yeah,
before I saw, what he looks like or
uh
how
huh,
he is. Do you know what I
uh
mean?
huh, uh huh.
And I don't know if that ever happens to you. Like you hear the voice before you see the artist.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it used to happen a lot nowadays because of internet, whatever. You kind of get both at the same time.
Mhm.
But I was really like taken back by just sort of like the way that he is, so to speak. If that makes sense. I was like, oh wow, that voice came out of that person.
Yeah, you've got.
Because he's one of those people that like a bit like you like. He looks taller on TV than he just
Yeah,
looks taller.
yeah,
But no, really great artist. Probably one of my favorite artists, I'd say, in Salvador.
yeah.
Um,
He's great.
you mentioned that was your apartment
That was
in
my
Sant
partner.
Antonio.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the deal with Sant Antonio and just creatives living there? Is that like a
Oh
hub?
man.
What's that about?
I don't know.
What is that about?
I think people often
Go
choose
to
some place to be like a cultural place, and
yeah,
of course, Sant Antonio, it was it before it already was a cultural place, but I
yeah,
think people saw that I don't know, has something like you is when you are living there. When I was living there,
yeah,
it has a feel like I'm not in in an actual city, like big city like Salvador. It's
yeah.
like you have another feeling of being outside, you know.
Mhm.
And I think artists got like this kind of stuff, to be in a place that has his own energy and
Yeah.
everything. And I think that's contributes to it. So in my building that time,
Mhm.
everyone in the whole apartments were artists.
Who are
So,
some of the people that live there?
the another house that appears, the upper house that appears in this movie is from Fresh Prince da Bahia, from Baticu. You know
Oh, okay.
Baticu?
No, I
Baticu
don't
is
know
a
Batch
it's a
Cool.
party and a movement here in Salvador about black people and
Mhm.
queer people, LGBTQ plus
Yeah.
people having this their space to party and to celebrate their bars and everything.
Ah.
So he's a great people that make this kind of movements with Batiku and everything.
Yeah.
And it was him and Santi, who is a producer. It was a lot of artists in this
Sant.
Saint. No, not this Saint.
Oh, I was gonna say.
It's another one.
But you did a video with Sant. You did
Yeah, yeah.
where is that video? I love that song.
I don't think it's not on this
It's not
website.
on this one.
Yeah.
But Sant and LP Beats. Where is that video? I love that song. With
Yeah.
Luedji Luna.
Yeah, it's a great song of
Yeah.
Luedji and Vandal.
Yeah. Can you tell me about Larissa Luz?
Mm.
Just like even give me an intro into who she is.
Oh,
Cause yeah.
she's a great artist from here, from Salvador, and she has a really solid work with her music.
Mhm.
And she's an artist that I had made some works with,
Mhm.
and this is one of them. Não Tenha Medo de Mim, the music video
Yeah.
with Boliveira, who is a great actor,
Yeah, yeah.
and it was a really great experience because we had a good relationship, you know, and working together was really easy. And I really like how the this music video is specifically gone. You know, it's
Yeah.
really it's really easily to watch, and but it has some identity that I really enjoy to see, and that's it.
Yeah. Do you what was this? Was this in San Antonio as well?
This one was in Sant Antonio. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
Okay.
Sant Antonio.
Yeah. So that's the place.
Yeah,
That is just the creative hub. I think
yeah,
it's amazing. Yeah, I've met Fabricio a few times. He seems like a really nice guy,
yeah.
really cool guy. And I didn't know he was such a big actor.
Yeah, he's
I
a
had no
huge
idea.
actor.
It was
Huge.
it was introduced me as Fabricio,
Yeah.
not Bolivero.
Yeah, the from
But
São Paulo. Fabricio, he's from São Paulo, the singer.
he's a
The
singer.
another one. I thought you were talking
Bolivero.
about the another Fabricio.
No,
That's another
because
Fabricio.
for me his name was He said Fabricio.
I see.
He didn't say Bolivero.
Yeah, yeah.
So when people said to me I didn't know who they were talking about. I didn't
I see.
know that.
Yeah.
You know, I clearly don't watch enough TV, but he's a really big actor. Yeah. So that's crazy. I know. Obviously, you know all about the Brazilian artists and how well you get on with them and stuff like that. How did a job with a foreigner come about? Let's say, how did your music video with Masego? How did that come
So,
about?
This one I did the DOP. The
You
director
did
of this
DOP,
one was
yeah.
Mailson Soares, who is a big friend of mine. He has a project called Do Capão ao Hollywood. So he was a guy was from the Capão in São Paulo, and now he lives in Hollywood. And he introduced me to Masego, and we made this happen because he wanted to make some music video in Brazil.
Yeah.
And he's from Mailson is from Brazil. I'm from here, so it was like, let's do it, let's make it happen, and it was really fun. He's a really fun guy, man. He's
Yeah.
a really nice guy. So, and really talented artist. So it was a really great pleasure to
Yeah.
work with him.
He's so talented, isn't he?
Yeah, so much, man.
He can literally do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's
Exactly.
really good. And did he enjoy his time? Did you guys enjoy?
Yeah, for sure. I showed him some music, some things
Yeah.
from here, so he could understand a little bit more of what's happened here,
Yeah.
and it was a great time.
What's your opinion on sort of music outside of Brazil? Like, is there any artists that you really like?
Oh yeah, I mean there are a lot of arts that I like outside of Brazil. I'm a guy that since 2019, more or less, I have been listening a lot of Afrobeats, and I'm producing Afrobeats also. And I started producing in 2020 music, and I really like Afrobeats, so I really like Burna Boy and Aya Nakamura, Timaya, a lot of. There's a lot of people from Nigeria and from
Yeah.
Africa in general that I really like. A lot of artists, and a lot of American artists also. I really like rap music. So Big Sean and
Yeah.
Travis Scott and all these people.
Yeah.
They are great artists that I really like to listen to. But I'm really eclectic.
Eclectic, yeah,
Eclectic
yeah.
guy. You know,
Yeah.
I listen to everything, bro. Everything. So
Yeah. Same. I'm the same. But you is there like a Brazilian Afrobeats artist that's like worth checking out?
Man.
You can recommend.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Here from Salvador, it's because the artists here they have a lot of paths also. So they are not just Afrobeats artists, but they do Afrobeats also.
Yeah.
There is Fitek, is from here from Salvador. He's a guy that I produced a song with him
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
So he's a great man. There is Liz Caweria, who does some Afrobeats and plug and a lot of this stuff. There's a lot of people, man. There's Young Claude. There is Zamba, who is a producer.
Yeah.
There is Santes. There is a lot of men, a lot of girls, a lot of
Yeah.
people doing Afrobeats here specifically here in Bahia.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of people doing this in Brazil in
Yeah.
general. I think that's a genre that have so much space here. That's so much to grow here. I think.
Yeah. I think that I heard some of your music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pre- Preto Eterno.
Preto Eterno. Yeah.
Preto Eterno. Preto
Yeah.
Eterno.
Yeah.
Preto, I like it. Yeah.
You
It's
look
like the
like-
eternal. Eternal. Is it like Black Forever? How-
Yeah, it's like
Eternal.
eternal black or eternal
Oh.
darkness or something like this.
Nice. Yeah. What kind of genre would you describe your music as?
Man, I
Like
do
the stuff with Fitek, for example.
Yeah, it's like I used to say that's Afrobeats,
Yeah.
but it's like Brazilian Afrobeats because we like mix with our references and everything that we do here. So it has a lot of this influence, but I think it's most Afrobeats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it. Afrobeats, Afro House, I'm a piano, I like it
Yeah.
too, to do this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are they listening to more in Sao Paulo? Funk or pagodão?
In São Paulo, what they are listening more
Yeah.
there? Funk, for real.
Yeah.
In São Paulo, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But here is pagodão, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I when I lived in Rio, I didn't hear any music from Bahia
Yeah?
apart from Bahia in the System.
I see.
Genuinely.
There's a lot of people in Rio that listen, but it's more people from the favela, The people from the favela, they listen to Pablo, who is an artist from here.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
listen to Silvano Salles, who is an artist from here.
Yeah.
They listen from o Canalha, all the people from Pagodão here. The people listen there, but it's more in the favelas, more inside,
Right, okay.
Yeah, but they listen to. Yeah.
That's why I didn't know about it. 'Cause I
Like
was in
we-
Copacabana.
Like we do, yeah. Like we do listen to funk here in
Yeah.
Salvador also.
Yeah.
But not as much as Pagodão, but we love funk too.
Yeah, I think when I went to Sant Antonio the last time they were playing funk,
Yeah.
and I was like, yes.
Yeah.
The genre that like Atosha do.
Yeah. Atosha, I would say that Atosha does something unique, bro. They mix a lot of pagodão patterns and everything, but they have like this kind of thing with electronic music
Yeah.
and the soul music. So it's a mix that I really love and I really appreciate it, and I think that's unique, bro. I
never
wouldn't.
heard it anywhere else.
Yeah, like that.
And it's so popular. And again, this is like, if you're foreign, it's like you're going into something and it's really hard for me to catch. I don't think I have a lot of rhythm. But I'm like, how am I? It's like
How
it
I
just,
fit
it
in
feels,
this.
Yeah, it's not. It's on the different kind of frequency or something, or I don't know. But yeah, I'm just like, oh my,
Yeah, man, has something here in Salvador, we used to say, because there's some energy, some astrological thing,
Yeah.
but it's different, people here do things different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You work with, I don't know if you work with music stuff, but Ayana Amorim.
Yeah, I worked with her in a music video for Felipe Hatch, who is an
Yes.
artist from
Yeah.
Rio de Janeiro. And she was acting, and I think she did some part of the script also.
Yeah.
And I was doing the DOP for this project, so we
okay.
worked together.
Yeah.
He's also from here, from Bahia.
Yeah.
And it was really good to
Yeah.
make this work for her.
Yeah. She told me that she's doing some Afrobeat stuff as well, which should be really great. And yeah, I was just like, yeah, there's a lot of the Soteropolitanos, the Baianos in Sao Paulo, doing their thing and then coming back here and all of that stuff.
Yeah. I like in 2019 when I gone to São Paulo, I started a group with only people from Bahia who was going to São Paulo to work, to live, so we can have
Ah,
like
your network.
someone to lean on.
Ah,
And
okay.
right now I think there is like 130, 140 people on this group,
Yeah,
and there's a lot of people from the art, from a lot
yeah,
of artists on this group, and that's really it's a real thing. This movement of people
yeah,
from here going there to work creatively.
yeah, yeah. So, you're from Salvador, you're from Brazil. You know, obviously, there's a lot of artists from all over the world that come here. Beyonce came here recently. I don't think she recorded any music clips, any videos, but she came here. She did her thing. We got Snoop Dogg, Pharrell Williams, that classic video, which is about
Hmm.
20 years old now. Beautiful.
Hmm.
Um, and then you've got, for me, the best video. You already know what I'm
Michael
talking about.
Jackson, for sure.
So, what's your opinion on that video?
Oh man, I think that was great. It was something that really marked a generation. The
Mhm.
people who, because we never thought to see Michael Jackson recording a music video in Brazil, in Salvador, and in Rio de Janeiro,
Yeah, yeah,
and it was really really amazing to see someone of this level being here.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it was. I really loved. It was Spike Lee who did the direction of
Mhm.
that music video, and he's a great reference for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Spike Lee directed it.
Yeah, he's the director of that music video.
Jeez.
Yeah, bro.
You know, I've heard some crazy things about that video. One, I didn't know Spike Lee directed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I saw on like a TikTok or Instagram video that like it was shot in Complex de Alemão
Uh huh.
in Rio.
Yeah.
And I said that to someone. They said, no, everything is in Salvador. It's in
No.
Olodum, da da da. And I was like,
Oh.
yo, I'm pretty sure it's in Rio as well.
Yeah,
It's in
it's
Rio.
half in
Yeah.
Rio and half in Salvador.
Yeah. The best of both worlds. Why not, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Um, yeah, I think so. What directors or videos are like your sort of favorite videos outside of Brazil? Outside and inside, back and forth.
Okay. Outside of Brazil, you say my reference people that I like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like,
Man, in the cinema, I would say Bradford Young. He's a cinematographer. There, when I was starting, he was the only black cinematographer that I knew on that
oh,
time. So
cool.
he was a really great reference.
What's he done that we would be able to?
He done a lot of movie. He did a movie called Selma. If I don't understand, if I
Okay,
don't
yeah,
remember,
yeah.
I think he
With
did.
Ava,
Yeah, with the renee.
yeah, and
I
Marco
think he did this
Odolero.
Selma,
Yeah.
and there's another movie that's really beautiful. I need to remember. I think it's Mother of George.
Okay.
He did this
Oh shoot.
this is a really really great film, and he did
Okay.
the cinematography, and I really in that time it was something like, whoa, is that kind of stuff that
Yeah.
I want to do.
Yeah.
So he was a big reference for me. And outside,
What about Brazilian one?
man, here in Brazil, I know that there was some directors that I worked on that was really reference for me. One of them is Rafael Quente, who is a guy that he was from Bahia, and he was one of the first to do this thing to go here, get outside of here and get to São Paulo
Yeah.
and kind of open this place,
Okay.
And sometimes I had the opportunity to work with him. He's not anymore with us. He
Okay.
he has passed.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. And but he was a really really great reference because he did think the filming thing different. He was different. He saw the things different, and he was really passionate about that.
Yeah.
So it was a really, really great reference, someone to see. Uh, he gave me the opportunity to see my first high-end set happening. He called me to make making offs when I was starting,
Ah,
and
cool.
that was a really like,
Yeah.
whoa, look at all these cameras and all this crew and all everything. And I was usual to something really small, so it was really great when I had this opportunity with him, and then we made a lot of works before he passed, and he's a great reference
Yeah.
here in Brazil for sure.
Cool. Um, and in terms of which artist, if we talk about from like a music video director point of view, which artist would you like to work for?
To work
with?
for work
Work
with,
with.
man, world or Brazil.
Outside then inside.
Man, I really, really, really want to do some music video for Caliuchis. You know Caliuchis?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really love her songs. I really love her albums. For me, it would be a really pleasure
I
to.
could see that working. To be fair,
Yeah, I
that
can see
sounds like
that.
your kind of way. You know,
Yeah,
that's your style.
yeah. She's really for me. She's
Yeah,
one of the biggest singers for me
yeah.
right now outside of Brazil.
So
People,
Cali, come to Brazil.
please,
Yeah,
call me.
come. Or you can go there, but you know he speaks perfect English. So
Yeah, let's work together, please. And but there are a lot of people from Afrobeats,
yeah.
the Burn Boy, Whiskey,
Hmm.
Davido, everyone.
They
People
should
from-
do an Afrobeats video here.
Yeah, man.
They should do an Afrobeats
It
video
matches.
here
It matches.
in
his.
Salvador.
Yeah,
You know that
Yeah.
should. I'm gonna speak to someone.
yeah. Please.
See, you speak to someone too. You probably have more
Yeah.
friends than me in that respect. And what about inside Brazil? Who's someone that you'd like to work with? You've worked with Sant. You've worked with Felipe Hedge. You've worked with. Did you used to do? Yeah. Did you do 071s?
071s.
Bass 071.
Base
Live.
Base
Base,
071.
olha.
Yeah.
So how'd you say it?
Base 071.
Base.
Base 071.
Okay, you did this, yeah?
Yeah.
Base 071 for
071, yeah,
comunidade who don't speak Portuguese igual eu. Yeah. So yeah, you did
Yeah,
those.
it was a collective of music
Mm-hmm.
and rap music that I started with a friend of mine, Yuri Thailand,
Uh-huh.
and we started this together doing like when the artists of rap music when everything was starting like to really get big like
Yeah.
2016 17 when these artists came here to Salvador, we recorded everything and made a little film of it.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
And really good.
it
They're
was-
really good. It's nice to
thank
see these guys, and the sound's perfect. It just it's
That's
crisp.
great, boy. That was a really cool project that we had. We
Yeah.
had the opportunity to go to São Paulo to study with the Global, you know, the
TV channel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the TV channel.
Network, yeah.
Yeah, and it was a really great project to be here.
Yeah.
And
Because you work with so many people, because of that, you get to see Baco,
yeah,
Jonga,
yeah.
Sanch, so many. So yeah, so who is someone who is left on your list?
Man, I did this film with Mano Brown, but I would really love to make a music video of him, for him,
Yeah,
or for Racionais and everything.
I almost forgot to mention about Mano Brown.
Yeah,
Look, I love Sanch.
Yeah.
Sanch for me is like, it made me want to learn Portuguese. I'll be honest.
good.
It made me want to understand everything he was rapping about,
Mm-hmm.
talking about. But like, sound wise, Mano Brown is just fucking amazing. That Boogie Nipe album.
Yeah, I would
Oh
like
my
to do
God.
something of that with him, like
Please
some
do it.
music video of Boogie Night or some project of him.
Oh
I would
man.
love to. I would love to.
Where's the camera? Listen, we need to do this now, yeah?
Please.
Mano Brown, Demoro, Bora, let's go.
Bora, pai.
Yeah, Bora Pie, let's go, my guy.
Chega mais, chega em Salvador.
But you guys work together. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he's a really
Yeah?
cool guy, man. A really cute guy. You
Yeah.
know, he's a really nice man.
Yeah,
No.
okay. He comes across as one. His podcast is amazing. It's great to
Yeah,
listen
it's
to.
great to listen
Yeah.
to.
Yes. Cool. Do you have any questions, anything else that you'd want to ask me or ask, the comunidade or I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Anything you want to get off your chest, as we say.
I just want to really say that I appreciate this opportunity to be here speaking
We appreciate you, man.
and making this together, speaking about my history is really good because often we don't have the opportunity to give a look back on our path on everything that we had done, and it's really good to see this to look back at this, and these moments. And that's it, man. That's really I really appreciate to be here, man.
Yeah, no, we really appreciate you, man. Like, the pleasure's all ours. Like, trust me, I can tell in the community, it's something that we really appreciate. Me personally, you're the type of person that I like to rap with. I love hearing about the sort of come up and stuff like that. Seeing how the audiovisual industry works in Brazil is something that I take interest into anyway, but I do think that it's really important that you share your story. It's important that we celebrate comunidade, people who have made a difference in their society and pushing forward their culture. Do you know what I mean? I think that's super important as well, and something that we appreciate. And if you are part of the comunidade, that's probably what you are wanting to get. So I will say from the bottom of my heart, wholeheartedly, obrigado to you. Thank you, my guy.
Yeah.
Let us know where we can find you. Just if you don't mind, just give us the socials.
There's my Instagram, who is Edvaldo Raw. So you can look there in the Instagram. And there's my Vimeo, who is vimeo.com/Edvaldo. So you can see my things.
Some great
And
visuals.
that's it. I would really love to come back, speak more, to talk about other
Hey,
stuff.
Demoro.
So
Don't
call
worry
me.
about that.
I'll be here.
You'll be back, man. We'll talk about we'll rap about some other stuff. There's plenty of things that I would have loved to have spoken to you about today, but I was just like, okay, we probably shouldn't just for time. But yeah, let's have a part 2 before you go back to Sao Paulo's or I have to go back to London or something like that. So let's try and make it work. But yeah, again, massive thank you, my guy. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah. Also, comunidade, you just want to say a massive thank you to yourselves. Remember to check out Ed Raw on his Instagram, and remember to follow us on the Brazilian podcast. The Brazilian podcast on social media and on YouTube as well. Make sure you like and subscribe. The same with Spotify and all of that. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. And on that note, all that's left to say is obrigado, até logo, and peace.